Hi, this is Angela from Soul Tarot. Welcome to your weekly reading from the 21st to the 27th of October 2020. I just want to say thanks very much for selecting a card on Soul Tarot with Angela on Facebook, and to all of those every week who tune into my readings. I really do appreciate your energy and your gratitude. I love doing these readings because it does just ground me back into my own presence and me sharing what I can channel through to you is hopefully making a difference to your life. Now, this reading, the video gets posted to my YouTube channel, Soul Tarot with Angela on YouTube. So check it out if you want a little bit more information. These videos are always more in depth. The posts on Soul Tarot with Angela on Facebook are just the words, but it does, if you click on the link, it goes straight to the YouTube video where you'll get more information about the energy as well as information on any astrological aspects that I think are worth mentioning. So the energy this week, before I go into each card for 1, 2 and 3, the energy I'm getting for this week is very much connected to Mother Earth and the cycles of life. So equinox is all about equal amounts of night and day. Now Libra enters, Sun enters Libra as the equinox commences. So we are now sort of, that beautiful balance, I guess, of equality, of dark and light, of night and day, of yin and yang, all of those things that you think about in terms of duality are being looked at. I really feel this week the energy is about the feminine. And the reason I say that is because Libra is ruled by Venus, even though typically in the elemental astrology it is a more male type sign. It's very much, I feel, being ruled by Venus, very female in that it is about being the balance and seeing harmony and being able to make decisions that are also for the collective, so there's having a balanced approach. But not only is it about having a balanced mental approach, but it's also balancing your own energies. Everyone has male and female energies, and I know that what I've been observing this year is we have had a very male dominated we've had a very male dominated type environment where it's do, always got to plan the next project, have the next thing ticked off your schedule, doing, and females have also, not perhaps bought into it, but also accepted, when you're raising family, etc., that is the case. That is something that you have to do. But what that has taken away from is, in part, that creative, intuitive part that is really inside of females that isn't being tapped into. And this goes for males as well. So men have got female energy, women have male energy. So balancing that out this week, I feel, is really important. That's coming through as a very strong message. Working with that Libra energy to get more in tune with your intuitive side. This whole COVID has brought up, let's just have a bit of a break, let's have a rest, let's heal, because there is so much sickness. That is a big message. We need to actually switch gears a bit and not keep chasing the dollar or keep chasing dreams and keep trying to, make more money or capitalize and all of those sorts of things. All of that is breaking apart. And, I think a lot of people have seen how governments are still trying to control that. And there's an element of, definitely around being able to trying to discern what's right, what's wrong, and where's the balance sitting. So, there's been a lot of, okay, well, let's just look after ourselves a lot more this year. So a lot of people have gone within, done a lot of healing, looked after their bodies more, their spirits, looked at their relationships, looked at their jobs, what's serving me. Is this really part of what I want to co-create and create in my life? So there's been a lot of kind of harsh decisions that have had to have been made, or harsh truths. And the truth is part of this week as well. One of the cards is on truth. So I believe that the feminine is on the rise, just coming forward more as a core energy to use that intuition and that creation right now in order to move yourself forward. So instead of what are all the things that I have to do, replacing that with what are all the things that I would love to create. And then tuning into that energy of creation, coming out of a really, really heavy time. So I feel like, if we all worked with that would be phenomenal. All right, this week's reading is using the Sacred Power reading cards by Anna Stark, and I love these cards. They're very deep messages. So I'm going to go into the first card, Divas. These are masters of energy actually, and they now are encouraging you to master your own. This is about breaking old habits, becoming conscious of your thoughts and how you react to certain situations, what's happening inside you. When you think about your boss, or when you think about your mother or whatever. So what frequency are you putting out to the universe? What vibrations? What energy? Maybe you're too focused on the past, or you've got a tendency to react like you always have to certain situations. So going into nature, connecting to the Divas in in nature is most probably going to help get you clarity on how you can turn those thoughts and actions into positive processes. So, if you've been finding things aren't working the way they always have, it's time to find better ways or more creative ways to get positive results that you want. So sometimes gardening even brings out those Divas, out of nature as well, because you're basically creating a relationship with Mother Earth. And again, Mother Earth, feminine energy, creation. But I feel like, this is really going to, being out in nature, is going to encourage you to work, with the energy of what is it that you need to do that's different than perhaps what you have been. So work with those Divas. All right, I always think of Beyonce and the other diva, rather than these Divas. When I think of Divas, I think of other Divas too. All right, so basically what I'm getting here with the Tree of Life card number 2 is this is about staying in the present moment. So this is, again, if you think about a tree or a mountain, they don't concern themselves with the past, they don't think about the future, so they never get depressed or anxious like humans do. It has no control over its environment, and it knows that, so it's always still, so it just has to accept what is. So in this particular scenario at the moment, it's asking you to get a bit more grounded, keeping your feet firmly on the ground. If you were to create some sudden changes at the moment, it could cause some instability in your personal life if it isn't one that is done with groundedness, okay? Because you could be reacting to a certain situation, and this is actually quite connected to the Divas. And again, it's going into that creative, intuitive part of yourself, that feminine part, and really looking at what is it, even your inner child, looking at your core beliefs and relying on yourself for growth, not kind of going to the outside hoping that things will get better. So like a branch on a tree, growth's only going to occur in an area that is going to overall support the structure of the tree. So, you're not going to get a branch that's going downwards if it's not going to support or drag the rest of the tree down. So it's only going to pick an area that is going to support the rest of the tree. So if it doesn't support it, then it's going to break off. So it might be that you feel there's someone or something that just falls away because it doesn't really overall support what it is that's going to make you feel grounded. Like I said, any job or any relationship. So you could look at it as well in that way. The tree of life, things break off if they're no longer needed, or they grow because it's supporting us to grow. So see yourself as a tree this week. That's what the message I was just getting. All right, so number 3 is about truth, and we were talking about that before. This is about letting go of control to a certain point. And of course we have to be in control of our thoughts and emotions, but not in the way that we're using our ego to do that. And again, you can look at the male as representing the ego and the female as representing the feelings. It's not necessarily the case, but it's often, ego is attributed to the male part of ourselves. So if we did represent that, we can have sort of habitual thoughts and fear-based emotions that are relayed to us, through our masculine side, and it can cause us to hold on to our instincts and our intellect and the ways that we've always done things. The lower self also creates obstacles when you really try to nurture yourself, that feminine side. So, it can really kind of try and, make excuses for why you shouldn't grow, or why, and that it will go to great lengths to not support you and kind of get in your way, get in your head. It takes us out of the present moment, and it can stop us truly living. So it's really important this week to not focus on the past and to make better friends with your ego, because ego is what drives us. So, like the Skyhawk song, ego is not a dirty word, and it's not, because it's what drives us. It gives us, it moves us forward, but it cannot control us. So if we're trying to create things, not allowing your ego to get in the way of you wanting to really create something that you love is what's really important, and to really tune into that when it happens. It's moment to moment, you looking at the perspective of, okay, all right, I just caught my brain then just turning on myself and making me not do this because, I'm not going to do this particular project because everybody else is doing it, or they can do it better than me, or it's going to take me too long, or there's just all these thoughts, these millions of things as to why. So it can be a huge ego, it can be a huge procrastinator to achieve your dreams. So remove that mask, see what's hiding behind it. It can be fear, which is fine. We all sometimes, you've got to feel the fear, do it anyway. This is also a time to see people for who they truly are as well, like, seeing what's behind the mask. But ultimately, just accepting your emotions without judgment, without, too much of the mind getting in the way, is going to help you with self-love this week, and very much about, like I said, the feminine part of us. So really embracing that creativity. So this is a general reading, everyone. Please, if you want clarity on an issue, please reach out to me and book an online reading on my Facebook page. And also, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye for now.